Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, across our beloved Kyber Empire. It's great to be in the Empire today. You're looking at the one and only, the Emperor Otto T101, the king of Triple B games. And today, we're coming at you with the best Pool 2 decks in Marvel Snap to help you rank up and dominate your opponents. I firstly want to thank each and every one of you loyal citizens of our empire for liking the Pool 1 video we did, the most viewed video I've done since rebooting this second channel. And I hope you're going to enjoy this one as well. So hit that like button, comment down below on other decks you might find helpful in Pool 2 and under. Pool 2 starts at level 222 and we're going to keep you covered until level 486. For the second you enter Pool 2, you're going to get access to a lot of other cards that are going to build upon the foundations you've learned in Pool 1 and under that we discussed. But now we're adding a lot of amazing plug-and-play cards that are used at all levels of gameplay, like Sunspot, Iceman, Scorpion, Killmonger, Shang-Chi, Hobgoblin, Leech, and many others. But we're also adding cards that are going to supercharge those archetypes, like your Destroy, your Discard, your Big Dino. And they're going to get even better. Once you get into Pool 3, you start plugging in a couple of key cards. Oh man, you're gonna be killing it. So we have 5 decks plus a bonus deck to discuss. And deck number 1 for best Pool 2 deck and under, we gotta talk about Kazoo. Kazoo is a very basic deck to understand. You're gonna wanna spread around as much as possible your 1-cost cards, and then you're just gonna throw on Kazar to amplify their power even more. The setup is so easy, it's really hard to mess up. Once you have those 1-cost cards set up, you just play your Kazar to increase your 1-cost cards by 1 power. But then you have Blue Marvel to increase those power cards by another 1 power, and then you have Onslaught, which can double the ongoing effect, so you can hypothetically get 2 additional power from Kazar as well as Blue Marvel. And then you have Spac, who's going to give all your ongoing cards another +2 power. So supercharging your Ebony Maw, your Ant-Man, your Lizard. Deck number 2 on the list. Honestly, one of my personal favorite decks to run until I got into Pool 3, and that's going to be the Big Dino. Devil Dino is such a fun deck to run in Pool 1, and it gets even better once you get into Pool 2 with the additions such as Agent 13 and the Collector. With the Collector, since this deck is based around getting as many cards into your hand as possible, and using Moon Girl, you're just gonna rapid fire the Collector and possibly at times get him to be over 10 power. For a 2-cost card getting to 10 power, that's pretty awesome. Once you play the Collector, you can start throwing down Agent 13, who's one of the Pool 2 cards you're going to be getting. Adding a random card to your hand, it's going to increase the Collector's power, and you might even get a card that's not even in your realm of reach when you're at a lower level. Then you have Cable pulling in cards from your opponent's deck, and also this adds a fear factor. Your opponent worries, oh no, what card did they take from me? And then Moon Girl, when you're duplicating all those cards in your hand, that again, increase the power of the Collector, and hypothetically, you would love to get Devil Dino to be duplicated in 2, so you can play a Devil Dino turn 5, Devil Dino turn 6. Wow, that's a lot of power. Deck number 3, we have a deck that's all about ongoing 2-lane power, baby. This deck I mainly want to put out there because if you can build this deck, and you will, you're able to set yourself up for when you get Destroyer, and Destroyer is a pretty solid deck. Once you get into Pool 3, get Destroyer, all you got to do is plug in Destroyer in one of these areas, maybe take out Nightcrawler, throw in Destroyer, and man, you got yourself a really good top-tier deck. But Destroyer is a little bit down the road. What this deck is all about is being able to, again, lock in about 2 zones, and you want to keep 1 zone free for Warpath, because Warpath can turn into a +4 power card, so 9 power if you have a lane empty. And you're going to want to jam pack as much as possible into those 2 zones to increase your total power through the use of Onslaught, Spac, and then you have Claw to reach into a zone that you're probably trying to keep open, or using Claw to feed into a zone that you're trying to keep. There's not much to this deck. It's a very simple, straightforward deck. Again, kind of like Kazoo, but it's a consistent, solid deck, and all it takes, once you upgrade the Pool 3, you get that Destroyer, and then you can throw in Professor X for that extra layer of protection. You could throw in Professor X, and Professor X is a Pool 2 card, but Professor X is a lot more fun once you have Destroyer in your deck. So it's a deck that only gets better as you move up the food chain. Deck number 4, everyone's favorite line from Morbius, it's Morbin time! Swarm and Morbius are mainly the big ones that you're going to be getting moving into Pool 2. The concept is still the same like we talked about in Pool 1, where the main goal is to slice of Apocalypse as much as possible. And as you slice of Apocalypse, you're going to increase the power of Apocalypse by another 4. So hopefully you can try to throw down a close to 20 power Apocalypse towards the end of the game. And that's why Nakia comes in handy. Nakia can try to increase the power of Apocalypse, again, giving you extra opportunities to get Apocalypse as big as possible. But now, we got a couple other things helping us here. If we have Swarm, When you slice up Swarm, you turn it into a zero-cost card. So you can technically have 2 zero-cost 3-powered Swarms, and then if you slice it up again, well, then you're going to have multiple Swarms, and you can just load up the field with as much Swarm as possible, flooding the field with tons of opportunity of power. And then Morbius, the new one that you're also getting in Pool 2, every time you're discarding a card in this game, you're able to increase the power of Morbius. So a nice addition to this, and it's only going to get better once you get into Pool 3, and you start getting access to things like Hellcowl, Dracula, Ghost Rider, and whatnot. You're going to make this even better. So it's a deck that gets an upgrade from Pool 1, and it's only going to get better once you get into Pool 3. Deck number 5. Before we get into our bonus tier, we got to talk about the Destroy deck, a close cousin to the Discard deck, but the goal is pretty much similar to Pool 1. We want to try to ramp up Carnage as much as possible, throwing out Squirrel Girl to put some squirrels for Carnage to eat up, but also now we can throw down things like Bucky Barnes. You want Carnage to eat up Bucky Barnes, and Bucky Barnes will transform into Winter Soldier, turning into a much more powerful card. And the fun thing is, if this is in a zone that normally it can't be in, so let's say you throw in Bucky Barnes in Death's Domain, Bucky Barnes will go bye-bye, but then Winter Soldier will stay in there. So at times it can help you get in a zone where you're not allowed to stay. Otherwise, they try to kick you out. So the must-have cards in this are primarily Nova, Carnage, Bucky Barnes, Killmonger, Deathlock, Sabretooth. You can plug in a variety of other stuff. I suggest that things that's going to help counter what's likely going to be the meta when you're inside Pool 2. Shang-Chi to counter Dino, for example. And America Chavez is mainly there because you want to increase the chances of getting these other cards, and then you can try to play America Chavez at the end for a decent six cost card play. It's bonus deck time! If you made it this far and you liked, you're gonna get the bonus deck. The bonus deck is kind of looking at the meta all around for Pool 2 and being something that goes against the grain, and you just want to have a flexible deck that's gonna adapt to no matter what you're likely gonna see in your neck of the woods. And here we have the anti-meta deck. This has a lot of the toys you're getting in Pool 3. You got Infinite, you got Leech, you got Shang-Chi, you got Sunspot, Scorpion. The list goes on and on in terms of all these fun little Pool 2 cards that you're getting. The main goal here is you have the flexibility to counter ongoing cards with Enchantress. You have ability to counter on reveal cards with Cosmo. You then have Jubilee to try to bring out some high-powered cards like Infinite or maybe America Chavez. Killmonger is very helpful to destroy one-cost cards of Kazoo. And then you have Leech that's just going to completely disable all of the effects on someone's hand. So you're basically, it's a troll deck. It's the early troll deck, I think, what I'm trying to say. But we have a lot of fun stuff in here. For example, placing Sunspot and then have Storm follow up, destroy the zone, put Jubilee in, and then Jubilee can try to pull some card from the sky, and then you likely will have the flooded zone locked down. And if not, don't worry, you have Sunspot to increase their power over the course of the game every time you have those unused energies. Or you can place Vision to get into zones that you can't access, like a flooded zone that you maybe didn't do a good job locking down. This is going to be a very flexible deck to live through a lot of the stuff that you're going to see. You have a lot of tools at your disposal to dominate whatever your opponents might throw your way. And that's going to wrap it up for today, ladies and gentlemen, across our beloved Kyber Empire. Let me tell you, when you're a part of this empire, you're looking good, you're dominating, and you're dominating while looking good. In that order, on or about. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please, again, if you enjoyed today's video, leave that like, comment down below. Suggest other cards and decks for people under Pool 2 and under to skyrocket into Pool 3. And I don't know, maybe if you guys want, we'll talk about some of the best Pool 3 cards, and that's where things get a little wild and a little interesting. As always, thank you for stopping by. And always remember on top of that, that it's great to be in the Empire today.